Hmm. Is it morning? I spent last night over at Greta's, didn't I? I wonder where this pleasant smell is coming from. Chester, I see you're finally up. Good morning, Greta. I'm sorry for taking over your bed. It's nothing, I got the excuse to enjoy my silver for the night. Anyway, go wash your face and let's have breakfast. What's this smell? Remember the herb we picked the other day? I thought I might as well let you taste it. Oh, it's that. I can't wait, but I'd like to borrow a towel first. I keep them over there. Thanks. Am I to do it like I always do, right? Jeez, what the hell am I getting so worked up for? I like Greta's internal monologue. You weren't lying. Both the smell and the taste are delicious. I feel this would be a perfect dish to go along with beer. And I see your bed is a bit different from that in Colette's house. Yeah, I add tea leaves to mine. They don't give it much smell, but the bread turns out sweeter than with them. Try it with the soup. It's delicious. It's been a while since I prepared anything proper. Good thing it went well. I feel like everyone's been trying to feed me ever since I came to this island. What's wrong with that? It's more fun to prepare food for someone else. I'll turn into a classic case of good for nothing if I keep this up. Oh, but that was my intent all along. Whoa, that's scary. I didn't know you were such a conniving woman. I should be more careful. Well, who knows what else you've got in store for me. You might get burnt if you don't watch out. Positively terrifying. This one is delicious too. Can I ask you something? That locket on your neck. You've got a photo in there, I hear. Did Ignis tell you? Do you actually have cameras on this island? Those from outside sometimes bring these things with them. We don't have many, and most are already broken, but... I see. So anyway, about that picture. It's my childhood friend. Our colleague took it for us. I'm not sure if that was their idea of a practical joke, but I received it as a birthday present. I see. What do you mean, practical joke? I mean, he's a guy, right? How else should I interpret receiving a romantic looking locket with his picture inside? A guy? Oh. The locket itself is a pretty expensive one, so I'm keeping it for posterity. Seriously. You want it? That's not why I asked. I just got curious. That damn Ignis, he gave me the wrong idea on purpose. Also gave Colette the wrong idea as well. Greta, do you have any books on ocean current around here? Ocean currents? I don't think I have anything that technical. It would probably be faster to ask Ignis. I see. Guess I'll go do that then. You want to look for your missing ship? Yeah, something like that. Ew, that was positively delicious. Thank you very much. You done already? I'm completely full. Do you have any plans for the afternoon? Gonna go on a third date with Greta now? Well, I guess I'll still be at Ignis at that time. Then in the evening, I can make you something good again. I'm not forcing you. Thanks. Actually, I'm kind of in a situation where I can't go to Colette anymore, so you're a real lifesaver. Seriously. I've heard about it already, but I think you could word it a bit more properly. And I shall be on my way. Hey, don't run. Hey, don't run on me in the middle of... And he's gone. Jeez. He'll be on his way. Good luck, Chester. Yeah, all the power to him, I guess. Was he just barely holding it in? Damn, I threw up everything. And she went through all that trouble to make it. I'm sorry, Greta. Looks like he can't eat now. Going by how the other ending's gone, he's probably got at best a few days and tops a week left in him. Nope, this is not it either. I guess it figures. A tribe that spent all of its history protecting Enigma wouldn't leave anything harmful to it behind. No. If it didn't have a weakness, it wouldn't need protection, would it? Even if it doesn't work out, I've got to push forward to find something. But why didn't I do anything to this point? If I started earlier, then maybe... It doesn't matter now. I've got to concentrate on the present. Yeah, no point lamenting the past, eh? I do not think it is cruel. I can promise you the end that you wish for. It is better not to expect much from Master. Wait, what are we discussing with Ignis? What are we discussing with him? Greta, you're waiting for me outside. It's a good night. How about we have dinner under the starry sky? That's a good idea. And that is gonna make my heart race. The moon's so bright tonight. Yeah, it almost pains the eyes to look at it. Have you ever thought about who could have made it? Made the moon, eh? Not really. Can't you just leave that to God and be done with it? Haha, I bet he'd be angry for something like that if he really did exist. I mean, now he's become just an excuse to abandon thinking. Oh wow, okay. This moon, the sun, the ocean, the life as we know it. If someone made them, and if that someone was God, then there has to be someone who made him too. Or at least that's how it looks to me. What's that? I'm not sure, is it a question or paradox? It's like creator's question, isn't it? So if you're walking on a beach and you find a watch, someone must have made that, but who made it? I think that's the basis of the question. Can't remember how it goes exactly. Damn you, high school lessons about religious education failing me now. Anyway, at least that's how it looks to me. That sounds like an infinite loop. You'll never find an answer thinking like this. Oh, they got ultimate questions. That's what they're called as well. Right, and that's how you abandon thought. That's nice. That's real pretty. A shooting star. Don't you have that weird ritual outside where you ask shooting stars for wishes? We do. Don't you have any, wishes? Nothing to ask from a star at least. Maybe I do. You do? Then go ahead and say it. What is it? Why are you smirking at me? You've got circles under your eyes. Got a problem with that? Not in the slightest. Though I prefer if you watched out for yourself. Greta, you're not like me. You are someone who cannot give up hope to live. That is why you cry and suffer. Chester? Thank you, Greta. I haven't done anything. Thank you. My wish, you see... I'd like to make it for the time when a true hero, like that from a picture book, appears in this world. A picture book? You mean the ones your father used to read to you? Yeah. 2 cunning magicians, Kiss and Annie, the brutish warrior Loss, and the hero of indomitable spirit. That book, I have it too! Really? Yeah, I remember reading it. I'm sure it's somewhere in the house. I'll look for it later. Yeah, I hope you can find it. It's a vital item for my wish. Hang on a second, I just want to double check. He didn't mention the name of the hero, did he? Because he got interrupted by Greta. Interesting. Anyway, you've got to learn it by heart. Learn it by heart? A picture book? Yes. A hero who lives with vigor and faces countless great foes to protect all that is precious to them. In the end, I couldn't find one. Maybe someone like that still exists in the world. So that's what I'd like to wish for. A true hero, hey? What do you mean? Better. One day, you'll have to fight by their side. No one could wish for a better comrade than you. What kind of person is that hero of yours? Well, they come to this island from a different world. They get told everything about this island by you, and unable to stand its injustice, they rise to face it. And they of course say this. There has to be a way to save this world. And this is what you say when you first meet them. Yeah? You give them your hand with the cutest smile you can muster. Got it? Don't worry, you won't forget. This line is in the picture book. Hang on. Does that mean at the very beginning we're speaking with Greta? I'm really curious now. That does sound like the words of a heroine in a book. You have to support the hero when they're at their weakest. That's pretty traditional, but it's not that bad. Right? I will try not to forget, for the sake of the hero that might come one day. I'm curious, is it... I'm really curious now. Damn. How many mornings and evenings have passed since that beautiful night? In the end, we couldn't find anything we sought. Chester. A single picture book lies on a pile of old books on the table. At least I managed to find that one. That night we spent looking at the stars together was the last time I saw Chester. I found my cabin cleaner than before, all the signs of his being there gone without a trace. All that I found was a locket with no picture inside. A silver locket, much too heavy for anyone but him to carry. I knew of but one other person who might have been worthy of it. Colette thought that Chester simply returned to the mainland, but that couldn't have been the case. The barrier didn't border the sea on that night, nor later. There was no way for him to escape. It was truly a vexing outcome that he simply disappeared. It made me cling to a hope that couldn't have been real. That he might still been alive somewhere on this island. But reality is much crueler than that. The doll of uncanny human shape disappeared into the forest in oddly high spirits. There was but one thing that could have meant. I wished to at least see him until his final day. As my whispers were drowned out by the sounds of the waves, the man with a ponytail pierced me with his callous words. Do not take it to mind. I have seen to that in your place. I felt as though I could no longer breathe, assaulted by an inexplicable mix of anger and sorrow. I thought to vent out to that man, but that only lasted for a spell. In the next moment I was completely calm again. He disappeared without a single word. It was Chester's own wish to spend his last moments with him. His body is unlikely still on this island. The ocean has sent him to a place far out of our reach. What are you planning to do from now on, Master? I have finally been born. There's a whole lot I'd like to do. Would you like me to accompany you? You can if you wish. I detest you, and I shall for as long as we live. That is one thing that is unlikely to change. We are of the same mind. I hate you too. That is good to hear. At least they're both on the same page. Aye, now we can cooperate with no qualms. Indeed. This reminds me of the bit in Ray Zero all of a sudden. We both mutually hate each other. It's all good then. It's not so bad to have a goal. No matter how much time we have, it won't be enough. Look at this. What is it? Be sure to read and study this. A picture book? Yeah, don't lose it, okay? This is a book about our precious future. A story about a hero who is yet to come. That's nice. That is kind of a nice ending. Not what I was expecting, in all honesty, for the last ending for Ignis's route. And I'm just gonna see if there's anything after the credits. I just mash enter. Into Waiting for a Hero. Neat.